Yo, what's up, my beautiful people? I want to thank you for tuning in to a special video that I am doing for BET's Tyler Perry Sistas. Now, I was working on a completely different video, but I cannot begin to tell y'all how overwhelming it was, especially on Twitter, for me to talk about this particular topic that has taken over the Sistas Facebook groups, Twitter, wherever else there's groups are. This thing, it has been laughable. It has been comical as hell to me. But we going to dig into this, and y'all probably already know where I'm going. So the title of this video is Karen's Credit Card Conspiracy. Because, baby, when I tell y'all, some people have been doing the absolute most when it comes to those previews. We're going to get all into that in a minute. But first and foremost, I want to thank everyone who has newly subscribed to my page. For those who have already subscribed to my page, I really appreciate you guys so much. I think within the past 2 weeks, I've garnered like 28, I believe, subscribers. So I appreciate you. I thank you. I'm thankful that I'm saying something that, make you want to continue to listen. And for those who have been following me for the duration that I've been on YouTube, I want to thank you guys too, because I do appreciate it greatly. So thank you guys for subscribing. And thank you for those who listen who have not subscribed just yet. But I'm going to win y'all over, and y'all going to subscribe real soon. I'm putting that out there. But I do appreciate it, and I do thank you guys. So like I stated, I was working on a completely different video to bring you guys today. But the overwhelming responses of, is Zach the one who used Karen's credit card, or could it possibly be someone else? So as I stated, the fan base, the Sistas fan base, that's a loyal ass fan base, okay? I'm a part of it too, but it's some people who really get like deep in it. It's my favorite show out right now, but I'm not deep into it like that. And then I know that sometimes when you're deep into a show and you really love a particular character, I've stated this before in previous videos, people make up their own narrative. And some things that they make up, it doesn't even make sense. If you're going to make up something crazy, at least have a fact or something to support what you're saying. But as I stated, we're going to get into all of that right now. So, as I stated, this thing has been laughable. The Sistas fan base has named so many people as the person of interest, and almost immediately after the previews aired, they completely cleared Zach of all charges. And they completely cleared him of this heinous crime, because it can't be him. It cannot possibly be Zach. That is the consensus of this. And it has floored me. So my main questions, before I get into the questions, the people who they have accused of this, the possibilities, the people of interest are Pam, Fatima, Hayden, and of course, they was going to include Aaron in there. Aaron, they have all been accused of this. And for various reasons, they have been accused, and we're going to get into that. Now, my main questions are, why couldn't it have been Zach? Why can't it be Zach who actually made these charges to Karen's credit card? And how the hell did these other people miraculously get involved in this crime? And for me, truly, why was excusing or distancing Zach from this crime the initial thought for many people? Many people completely dismiss Zach. He can't do it. He doesn't have anything to show that he did this. And I'm thinking, well, do the others do? Do the others. So, okay, that's one. So before I get to the meat of this, I want to start out by saying to the young lady who messaged me on Twitter and labeled me the Zach basher. Now, sis, I laughed because I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. I do not take offense to anyone's comments or anything like that. That's the position you put yourself in when you decide to hit record on your phone, or you in the studio doing your audio and you're putting out reviews, which is my own personal opinions of the show. So I laughed because it was funny, but I'm like, look, sis, I am not a Zach basher. Now, everyone knows who listened to my reviews that I don't like Zach. I think I have every right not to like Zach or who I don't like on the show. That's my personal opinion, my personal preference. However, I am not a Zach basher. I may not like Zach, or if I review another show, I may not like a character, but I definitely give detailed reasons as to why I don't. And if you have not seen that video or heard that video, you can listen to it. It's on my videos. And it's entitled The Love Triangle of Karen, Aaron, and Zach. I don't bash Zach, but I believe I'm very fair and just in my opinions and assessments of who this person is. Now, I'm going to tell y'all my own reasons why I don't believe any of those people that have been named are people of interest, and I don't believe they had anything to do with this credit card conspiracy that has completely ravaged through the sisters' mindset of these fans. So anyway, let's get into it, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't believe these people had anything to do with this. Now, there have been 3 previews that have been released. Now, I'm kind of pissed off at that because we have not gotten a true preview of episode 13. Every preview that I have seen has pretty much showed us what has already happened, and then maybe the last 5 seconds of the preview, they show something new. Pretty much it. The first preview that we saw was after last week's episode, and pretty much when it comes to the Karen situation. Pam was telling Karen that there have been all of these charges charged, and they have all been in the name of Zachary Taylor. Karen gives this look of shock, and that's how it went off. The second preview is always put up on their Instagram or Twitter. I always suggest to go to the Twitter one because it plays the whole thing out. Same thing. A 30-second clip with maybe 6 seconds of something new. Now, in this preview, we see that Karen is on the plane. Zach is cleaning the plane, doing his job. She's there, and she says, "I hate the day that I met you," and she slaps him. That was on the second preview that they showed. Now, I saw one earlier today that basically it looks like either Danny walked her to the hotel. The hotel. I'm not having no crazy thoughts right now. I don't know where that came from. Walked her into the plane, and she was basically telling Zach that she doesn't ever want to see him again. And she said, and he says, "Good, because we're over." And I'm like, Tyler, please stop writing. It's over. We're done. I don't want to see you again. Don't call me no more. You have wore those lines out, sir. We know it has been pushed in our brains, in our psyche. We know that Karen and Zach are over. We don't need you to tell us that anymore, sir. We know. Tyler, we know. Okay? We know. Stop saying that. So that was on the third preview. And so what has shocked the hell out of me, that even in these previews, that's the only thing that people are discussing. I don't think I've seen anyone bring up the fact that there were 2 white men who showed up to Danny's job who looked like, I'm going to assume, who look like they are Preston's 2 racist brothers, because they damn sure didn't look like the welcome wagon. They look like 2 racist ass white men showing up to her job. Now, I was thrown off because I'm like, ain't nobody talking about this though. But I want to see if people are going to have that same energy that they had for Aaron and Karen when his ex people kept popping up at her job. I will leave him alone. That's too much. Okay, let me see if y'all have the same energy for Preston. I do love Preston, but as I stated, I am fair. So the same energy that I saw that was presented in the first season when all that stuff was happening with Karen and Aaron, I want to see if it's going to have that same effect when we see possibly these 2 people harassing Danny, who are damn sure look like they are Preston's relatives. So I thought that was very interesting that none of that stuff came up. Now, this is what people probably going to get mad because I'm going to get deep into it now. In my personal opinion on everything, right, I'm like, who the hell is Zach that someone has to frame him or set him up in this manner? Who is it? I mean, is he Tyreek St. Patrick? Because I'm like, whoa, no, somebody's framing Zach. Somebody's setting Zach up. And I'm like, but why though? But why? And if someone was going to set up Zach, why would they go through Karen? That's the part that, and I ask a lot of questions when I'm talking to people, and it's not because I'm challenging what you're saying. I'm reading what you're saying. It doesn't make sense to me. So I'm asking you to, how did you come up with this? Because if you ask me, Alicia, how you come up with these things that you say, I can give you detailed reasons why I come up with what I come up with. So we're going to start with Hayden. So we all know that Hayden is a tax attorney, and we know that Hayden is infatuated, in love with Fatima. Out of all the people that were named, I believe that Hayden definitely has a motive to do something, but I don't think that Hayden would go to this extreme. And when it comes to the conflict between Hayden and Zach, he basically has already threatened Zach about, don't overstep. I would hate for something to happen. You're not in the group no more. Don't get put out this group. So he's already said certain things that will make certain people believe that it's him. I don't believe it's Hayden. I don't believe that Hayden, because pretty much the only factual things that Hayden knows about Zach and Fatima is that he saw Zach's shoes at Fatima's house. He doesn't know how deep this thing is. He doesn't know that anything sexually has transpired between them. So I don't believe that Hayden would risk his entire career for a woman who has plainly told him, it ain't nothing there, bruh. We dated. This is what it was. So no one is really blocking Hayden and Fatima because Fatima has made it clear there's nothing there. I do not believe that Hayden would risk fraud, identity theft, getting a felony, and ruining his career for Zach. And even the people who are saying that it is Hayden, why Hayden doesn't know anything about Karen. He doesn't know anything about Zach's relationship with Karen, the depth of that relationship. He doesn't know those things. So why would he do something to her in order to get to Zach? I believe that if Hayden was going to do something, he's only going to do it to Zach, not Karen. He doesn't have any motive to do something to Karen. That's how I feel about that. Hayden is someone who I could see if he was going to do something, he would get in cahoots with some little drug dealer or whatever, do it that way for them to put a couple of pounds of marijuana in the truck that Zach is driving. Because number one, it's a company truck. We know the company ain't put no weed in there. That's what I can see something like Hayden doing. But to do something like this, credit card, I don't see that happening. Now, if I'm wrong about any of these things and these people, I will get on here when I do the review on the 27th, if it is revealed who actually did this, and I will apologize. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong, and I would do that if I'm wrong in my assessments with, these things that I am saying. So now, the first person who made this list that shot the hell out of me was Pam. I was like, dang, y'all think Pam really did that? Now, we all know that Pam is nosy and messy as hell, but I refuse to believe that baby girl is a thief. I refuse to believe that. And let's not forget that Pam is all for Karen and Zach mending their relationship. So I don't believe that she would do anything to cause any issues in the possibility of Karen and Zach reconciling. I don't believe that. I don't believe that she's a part of any of this. And I did see someone, oh my God, they had a elongated statement about how Pam forgot that she charged the wine and the flowers, and she probably charged them to Karen's card, and she forgot about it. And I'm like, what the hell? Baby girl, where you got this from? So, of course, I asked. So there was no response because I'm like, that doesn't even make sense because Pam basically told Karen, she confessed about the whole thing. She paid for the wine and the flowers herself because she stated, Zach is going to pay me back. So she basically told everything. Why would she do that? What motive would she have to steal from her boss? There would be no reason for Pam to do that at all. And then use Zach's name. I just was like, and then think about it. Let's just say she did charge the card for the wine and the flowers. I don't think Karen would be the way that they are, the way those previews look. Karen is pissed as hell. She's mad as hell. So this lets me know this is either a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 for her to be responding the way that she is. That's more than flowers and wine, that the energy that Karen is giving. So I completely say that we must eradicate Pam from this person of interest list because she has no motive to do any of these things. It's really laughable to even accuse her of this. So the other person who shocked the hell out of me who made this list was Fatima. What motive does Fatima have to do something to Karen, a woman she doesn't even know? She met Karen for the first time when they did Girls Night Out. She doesn't know that Karen is Zach's ex. She doesn't know anything about them. Nothing. So she has no reason, no motive to steal from Karen and then use Zach's name? Why would she use Zach's name? She doesn't even know Zach and Karen were once a situation. I ain't even gonna spend too much time on Fatima because I'm like, I don't even know how that happened. Now to the person who I knew was gonna come up in this list, my dog Aaron. Jesus, my God. Of course, it has to be him, right? It has to be Aaron. I knew Aaron was gonna come up on this person of interest list, and which baffles me. Okay, it baffles me because I've stated to people, if Aaron was gonna do something malicious to Zach, it would have happened in the first season. Why would he wait until now to do something when it comes to Zach? Now, Aaron is also someone who is completely enamored with Karen. He likes Karen. He cares about Karen. He basically was expressing some form of love in the air when it comes to how he feels about her. If he was trying to get at Zach, what would be the reason that he would still, certain things just doesn't make sense. So I saw a statement in one of the groups that I'm in, and the statement was like, well, Aaron don't have any money. Aaron's sleeping on her couch. He gave everything away. And I'm like, what show you watching? What show are you watching? Now, granted, we do not know what Aaron does for a living. We do not know his profession. The only time I think he went even remotely to express himself, it was when he and Karen went on their first date, which was season 1, episode 4. And she asked him, what do you do for a living? And he said lots of things. I was like, wait a minute, dude. And her response was, oh, the last man who told me that was a drug dealer. So, and that's how that went. And he didn't go any more into detail about what he did for a living. Now, a couple episodes ago, when he stayed the night at Karen's house and the next morning he made breakfast, he was like, I think I'm going to get ready. And I'm going to go get freshened up so I can go to work. So I'm like, okay, we're breaking up this work thing again. But brother, what do you do? I'm curious myself. Now, I ain't going to lie. I'm curious myself because Aaron has buku money. Now, going into the fact that he doesn't have anything and he's sleeping on Karen's couch, I'm like, lady, he has slept on Karen's couch twice. One time in season 1 where they both slept on the couch, and then one time in season 2 after the club situation when she had her little, nightmare or what have you. But don't do that. That man ain't sleeping on that woman's couch, making him seem like he homeless. Come on. So dealing with the fact that Aaron doesn't have any money and he gave everything away, that's not true. Aaron gave to Fawn's family what she was going to get in the divorce settlement. And on top of that, he gave the family the house as well. And so if you go back and you watch season 2, episode 3, he basically told Karen that all they wanted was money. So he gave them everything. I wish Tyler Potter would have wrote more in that. He gave them everything as it pertains to everything that Fawn was going to get. I gave to them, and I gave them the house. So a woman was basically stating, she messaged me, and she was like, well, he's staying in a hotel, so he obviously don't have any money. What man? When I tell y'all the stuff that people send me, it is hilarious. And so I'm like, sis, he is staying at a hotel. I'm not debating you on that. I ain't going back and forth with you on that. That's facts. But baby boy is staying at a luxury hotel. A name that when Zach mentioned, Fatima was like, how you got money to stay there? Like, that's expensive. That's expensive. How can you go there? So my thing is, let's not do that. That's why I'm like, that's why I say, yeah, I don't like Zach, but I am fair in my assessments and opinions. You cannot like Aaron, but at least don't lie on the brother. Tell the truth. It's too much out there. So when I think about how all of these names were thrown out, I think I may have seen maybe 5 people who were like, no, Zach did it. Zach did it. Zach was the one who did that. And I'm like, I'm going with them. I'm going out on the limb to say I believe that Zach did it, because there is nothing. Like I stated, those previews were so short. There is no way to give a definitive answer. Of course, people are voicing their opinions and who they believe that did it. I cannot take Zach out of that equation because Karen's energy was just too strong, and we don't know what he said other than good because we over. Like, we not, because we over. Other than that, we don't know what was spoken between them. So I am super ready for this thing to come out, because I would hate for some people who said some of this stuff to be detectives, because they be putting the wrong person in prison. because the things that I read, the things that people have sent me have completely floored me. One lady told me that it can't be Zach because he loves Karen. I said, nah, sis, you want to go back and recheck what you just sent me? It can't be Zach because he loves Karen. Have we forgotten? Have you forgotten, sis, all of the things that he has done while being in a relationship with Karen? So I don't think you want to go there with me as far as like he loves her, so he can't steal from her. He loved her, but he gave her STD. He did. And some people are like, well, all y'all do is bring up those who like Aaron and Karen together. All y'all do is bring up Zach's past, like what he did in first season. And I said, well, I don't agree with that because I'm like, hell, I can go with second season. Bump first season. I don't have to bring up anything that happened in first season. And I said, but one thing we don't want to bring up in first season, I believe it was episode either 12 or 13, where Karen apologized to Zach for talking to him in the manner that she was. And after that, in season 1, quote unquote, she has never spoken to him crazy since then. But I'm like, but a lot of people don't want to talk about that. A lot of people don't want to bring that up. It's just easy to say, I don't like how she talked to him. I don't like how she whatever. And okay, I get that. But at the same time, if we being fair in our assessments and opinions, we can, all of us, whether you like her or not, she's, to me, the only character who has really shown growth this season. It's been remarkable to watch. I'm like, how can you hate on that? With Zach, he going slow. He going slow. I did like the fact in last week's episode how Zach stated that what he's doing for himself. He's not doing it for a woman or anything like that. He wants to get himself together for himself. And that is a big statement for someone who has been completely and totally dependent, and he still is, if we're going to be honest, on a woman. I was happy to hear him say that. So, I don't know who stole it. But I'm not putting those other people in the fire with that because I don't believe they did it with this damn Karen's credit card conspiracy. It has been so funny to look at and read these things, but I just had to talk about that. So for everyone who messaged me about my thoughts about it, those are my thoughts. I think Zach did it. There's no proof other than the fact that his name was credited to these charges. Other than that, I don't know. And I don't know any person who would do something stupid and steal from somebody and give them your name. But I can't see these other people doing that either because they just don't have the motive. And going back to Aaron, why would he do it? He basically got the girl. I mean, I don't think they have really set out to say that they are official. But this is someone that she's dating. This is someone who she has chosen to spend her time with, give her energy to, and it is a romantic situation. So it's like, why would he need to do that? Zach is out the picture. He doesn't have to do anything to move Zach out, to put him back in jail. And I think that we have seen Aaron and Zach enough times together by themselves to see that if Aaron had a light to switch, if he was a different person, Zach would have seen that already. And that just hasn't happened. So those are my thoughts on it. What do y'all believe? Who do y'all believe actually did this? And tell me your reasonings for believing what you believe about the person who you feel may have done this heinous crime of charging these things to Karen's credit card. So that's really how I feel about it. I didn't want this to be too long. I see I'm approaching 24 minutes with this video. I just want it to be something short, cute, sweet, giving my thoughts. So thank you to everybody who messaged me. If you do, I still do want to do the videos and I have my own things I want to talk about. But if there is something specific that you would like for me to talk about when it comes to sisters specifically, let me know. Holla at your girl. You could click the description down there and follow me. I'm trying to do a little bit. I'm trying to do better. I am doing better. Not on Twitter. I don't really like Twitter that much. I get on Twitter just to read things. But for the most part, Instagram. That's where you can really find me, and I will discuss certain things. You can message me on Twitter because that's what most people do, but it doesn't matter. You can follow me Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It doesn't matter. But I thank you guys for giving me these 25 minutes of your life, and I appreciate you guys for listening. Again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate you guys. I hope that you have a great new year. You will have a great new year, and everything that you are desiring and wanting to happen for your life, for your business, for your career, for your family, for your children, for your purpose, your destiny, all of those things, just speak it. Just speak it, believe that it will happen, and just watch the manifestation of it. I can't explain to you guys how powerful manifestation is, how powerful meditating is. If you do pray, those things are some powerful things because it's all energy. It's all energy. So I pray that whatever you are seeking, that you find, whatever you're wanting to happen, that it does happen, as long as it's for your good and the good of others. Like I said, I will holler at y'all again in 2021. Y'all be safe out there. One.